Speaking of the Olympics, let's cross now to my left. Jennifer Shung is standing by all the latest in sports. You saw that story just then. Do you have any bad habits?
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm going to bring out my checklist and we'll go through one by one.
You can do that for me too. Lipstick in a cab if you consider that a bad habit. It could be. I mean, when you're like driving, you stop and then everyone sees your clown mouth. It doesn't look very pretty. So yeah, I'd stop doing that.
It's very unique. Only in Beijing would say something like this. Anyway, Jennifer, you are going to tell us how Beijing is impressing arriving athletes, and not just the athletes, but of course journalists too.
And everyone else flocking to the city for the games. We begin with that, James. Thank you very much. They are starting to become a highly visible sight around Beijing. Athletes and journalists from abroad. They're arriving in large numbers with the Olympics now just days away, and many are experiencing sights and sounds that they had only imagined until now. So, how are they reacting to this torrent of new impressions? Ling finds out.
Athletes and coaches are already settling into the Olympic Village and all feel very much at home.
And everybody, the people have just been very friendly and very helpful with, helping us get where we need to go, and everything's just been great.
And having checked out the sports facilities, many delegations have declared satisfaction.
Very, very good, very, very professional. I'm involved in the rowing directly, and we're very pleased with the course. It's fair. Everybody's very pleased. The air quality has been good. All the things we worried about, it hasn't transpired, so we're very pleased with this.
Clear skies and clean air during the competitions are a primary concern for Beijing organizers. Their efforts are being acknowledged by overseas media.
We were afraid of the smog here, the air pollution, but we haven't felt that. So the air is really nice. You can see the sun, so it's a great surprise here.
Before I came in here, I was expecting it's going to be very polluted, it'll be very smoggy, but yesterday when we arrived here at the airport and on the drive, it was very clear. It was, to me, I didn't feel much of pollution at all. I mean, it was quite clear. It's much better than what I had expected.
The city's new public transportation system is also providing a lot of convenience to journalists pouring in from around the world.
The transportation has been wonderful. It's very easy to get onto a bus. There's special Olympic lanes, so we can access the city quite easily and quite quickly whenever stuck in traffic.
The Beijing municipal government began working on a determined campaign to improve air quality back in 1998. Since then, more than 140 billion yuan, or some $20 billion, has been invested in this long-term project. Organizers say they are confident that the air quality during the Games will be above standards set by the World Health Organization. Liang, CCTV.
Well, arrivals of athletes for the Games have reached a continuous flow now. The Chinese Taipei Olympic delegation arrived here on Sunday with high hopes for winning at least 2 gold medals at this year's Olympics.
The team from Chinese Taipei was one of many teams arriving at Capital International Airport for the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games Sunday. The athletes from across the straits were the focus of a lot of the attention of local media. The 133-member Olympic delegation was given a warm welcome at the airport.
It's very welcoming here. It's great. It feels like coming home.
The team is determined to match its tally of 2 gold medals in 2004 and equally determined to win at least as many medals overall as it took home from the Athens Games. The highly regarded Chinese Taipei baseball team is scheduled to arrive in Beijing August 10th. Zheng Sui, CCTV.
And Chinese Taipei won 2 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze medal 4 years ago in Athens. That marked the end of a long Olympic gold drought and moved the team to 31st on the medal tally. Well, Olympic teams from everywhere are heading for Beijing and the other host cities of Qingdao, Hong Kong, and Shenyang. We'll take a look at some of the early arrivals.
Beijing International Airport is busy. Olympic teams from the U.S., Ukraine, and Singapore have come in. Among the arrivals, one is the American women's volleyball coach Lang Ping, a former Chinese volleyball champion and Chinese women's volleyball coach. Another is Singaporean table tennis athlete Li Jiawei. Foreign yachtsmen have arrived in Qingdao and are making final preparations for the competitions. Athletes from Brazil, Canada and Singapore are testing their boats and going through warm-ups. Shenyang is the host city for the Olympic football preliminaries. There will be 10 matches plus the football quarterfinals from August 6th to 16th. The Olympic Center hosted successfully the Good Luck Test games and warm-up matches for the Chinese national team. The city is ready and eager for the games. Shanghai is welcoming football team from Côte d'Ivoire and Australia. It took only 5 minutes for the over 30 players to pass through the so-called customs green channel. The green channel was created to ensure speedy processing for arriving athletes.
Well, the United States track and field team is training very hard in the coastal city of Dalian. Our reporter Anna Zhang has more.
Hurdler Bershon Jackson, javelin thrower Trey Hardy, and long jumper Brian Johnson are some of the athletes on the track at Dalian University. Wallace Spearman, who's in the 200-meter event, predicts a tough race. Spearman was the bronze medalist in the 2007 World Championship 200-meter event, and he was part of the team that won gold at the 2007 World 4x100-meter relay. One of Spearman's rivals is the reigning world's fastest athlete, Jamaican Usain Bolt. Bolt confirmed Tuesday that he will compete in both the 100 and 200-meter races. Spearman relishes the challenge. He hopes Bolt's decision to run both races will increase his own chance to clinch the 200-meter gold.
Does that lessen his chances of getting a medal in both? I think he can medal in both, but we'll see if he can get gold in both.
Bolt's decision to run the 100-meter dash also sets up an exciting clash for the title of fastest man on Earth. It will pit Bolt against former world record holder Asafa Powell and American world champion Tyson Gay. Bolt took the 100-meter record from Powell with a stunning 9.72 seconds in New York, May 31st. Spearman says the potential lineup for the 100-meter final would make for an unprecedented showdown at the Beijing Games.
The dash. So many people running 9.7. Yeah. Asafa's run it several times in 1 year. And we see maybe Gatlin come about, but you've never seen Tyson run 9.7. Asafa hasn't run it yet this year. I know he can, and Bolt run 2 9.7s back to back. So, I mean, this is something the world's never seen.
The U.S. athletes are ready to take up their respective challenges. As for viewers, there's lots to anticipate. Anna Zhang, CCTV.
Well, 4 days to go until the start of the Olympics, and everyone is getting in their final practice sessions, including Kobe Bryant, who scored 19 points as the United States basketball team beat Russia in Macau on Sunday. It was by far the most competitive performance yet in their preparations for the Beijing Games. With 4 seconds left in the first quarter, Chris Paul dished to Deron Williams for a three-pointer to give the United States a 29-17 advantage heading into the second quarter. Well, Kobe Bryant took a full-court pass from LeBron James and cruised in for a slam dunk to keep the Americans ahead, 35-25 in the second. Well, late in the second quarter, Dwayne Wade picked off a pass from Russia's Peter Samoylenko and flew in for a dunk to extend the lead to 43-29. Andrei Vorontsevich went in for a slam dunk off the break to cut the Americans' lead to 54-42. However, this dream team forged back to take a commanding 70-51 lead on 2 3-pointers from Michael Redd at the end of the third.
2 for 2 from 3 from Michael Redd. His first 2 field goals have come here late in the third.
Carmelo Anthony gave the Americans a lift in the final quarter and drained a 3-pointer from the baseline to extend the lead to 76-54. Well, later in the quarter, Bryant drained an open 3-pointer off a kick-out pass from Anthony to put the United States comfortably ahead 85-63 before the Americans went on to win 89-68.
I think he tried to do.
Well, that's all the sports for now. I'll be back at 4:15 this afternoon with a full update. Jane, back to you.
Thanks very much. Well, that last story gives us an idea of what the US may do here at the Beijing Olympics. Now, speaking of what you can watch, the International Olympic Committee has regulations on the broadcasting of Olympic events. As such, China Central Television's rights only extend to the Chinese mainland itself. This means none of CCTV's international channels will be able to broadcast the opening and closing ceremonies or any of the live events from these games. But in this period, CCTV International will be bringing you a variety of programming of news, information, features, interviews and entertainment on the Olympics, and all in strict observance of the IOC's copyright rules. You're watching NewsHour live from Beijing. We're going to come back right after this break with the rest of the story. Stay with us here.